Greetings, beloved Princeton United Methodist Church community. It's Pastor Jenny here, and I'm reading today from 2 Corinthians chapter 9, verse 8. And God is able to provide you with every blessing in abundance, so that by always having enough of everything, you may share abundantly in every good work. This is the word of life. Thanks be to God. We're continuing to talk about living generously and celebrating God's generosity to us and letting that, finding within us the ability to receive all that generosity and reciprocate. Not because God's generosity depends on it, but because we are created as generous beings, just like God is, and as we are able to tune into that, to let that generosity in, it awakens a generosity in us that then flows into back to God, flows back to one another, even flows into the earth, and and we are partners in this beautiful ecosystem that God has created for us and the universe. And it is so beautiful. And I know that for me, abundance, living in that sort of abundant generosity place, trusting God's generosity and abundance, this sense that there is more than enough for all of our needs, for all that we need to flourish in this life. It's hard for me to live in that place of trust. And it feels sometimes to me like, those stereograms. I think I have one right here. There's these pictures where you have to get your eyes to focus just right to be able to see the hidden picture that's there inside of it. Maybe these were very popular a number of years ago. Maybe you haven't seen one in a while. Maybe your eyes never could quite adjust to it, or maybe you're one that just pops right out for you. But it feels like when I look too closely at things in my life, it can feel, it can easily slip into feeling like there's no way that there's enough time or enough energy or enough money or enough whatever it is that I'm focused on at the moment. And sometimes when I pull back too far, when I look at the bigger context of the world or the universe, and I think about the wars that are waging, or the climate change that is that we are feeling daily, really, I think about these problems that are so big, and I get lost again. I can't hold on to that sense of trust and that abundance quite as easily there either. And so there's this kind of middle space, like when you get your eyes to find that picture that's in those stereograms, and it just pops right out, and you can kind of hold it there for a little bit. I find when I'm able to kind of do that with God's generosity and abundance, something awakens in me in ways that allow that generosity to flow through, and my worry gets less, my sense of empowerment grows, my sense of joy grows, my sense of generosity, my ability to be generous with what I have, with physical things, with financial things, but also with my spirit grows, and all of that together brings joy and gratitude and generosity in a whole new space. And I wonder what that's like for you. Maybe you can identify with some of the things that I'm saying. Maybe you have a whole different image for it. Maybe you are somebody who lives in that joy and abundance much more easily than me. And maybe it's hard for you to crack it open and find that middle space at all. So wherever it is that you find yourself in relationship to God's abundance and that abundant flow that God invites of us, is available to us through God, I wonder if you might just reflect for a few minutes about that relationship, about how that works, about how you trust or struggle to trust in God's abundance and participate in it in that reciprocal sort of way. We'll continue to talk about this on Sunday, of course, and another word of thanks to you, first of all, is thank you so much. Those of you who were in worship on Sunday were there and toasted a birthday for me. I turned 50 this year, just a couple weeks ago, and so thank you for celebrating that milestone with me. And I felt the generosity of you and your spirit in that moment there. So thank you so much for that gift. And I also note that this is the beginning of my 7th year with you. I started with you on July 1st, 2018. And so we're beginning our 7th year together. And I am grateful for that. I love serving this congregation. I love serving you, serving with you, being on this journey with you. And I am grateful for all of the time and the experiences that we have together, and look forward to another year together, at least, hopefully more as well. But this is how our United Methodist system goes, is it not? So one other piece to note for you is that we are in our nominations season. And so our nominations and lay leadership team are working on our slate of officers for the new year, for our leadership board, for our discipleship board, for our nominations and lay leadership team in particular. And so if you have somebody that you would like to see in leadership at the church, then there, you look in this happenings, there is a form for you to fill out to nominate someone among you. You can also self-nominate. We would love that as well. Maybe you're feeling ready and eager to serve the church in one of those ways. If you do nominate, know that yourself or somebody else, know that you don't have to even go get their permission first. You can do that. They won't know that you particularly have nominated them. Your nominations go to our nominations and lay leadership team for discernment. And then as we collectively pray and talk together, the actual asks and invitations come from the nominations and lay leadership team. So we look forward to hearing from you in that way. And it's a way to express your voice and your commitment to the life of the church, even if you're not the one who's serving in those particular ways. So again, I am so grateful to be on this journey with you, and looking forward to the ways that God is preparing us and moving in us and doing things in us, leading us and growing us over this next year together. Remember that you are enough. We are enough because God is enough, and that we were created for joy. So may you bask in the joyful abundance that God pours out upon us today and every day. I'll see you soon.